Hello everyone, this is Shravani. We are going to speak about operating system of Unit 1 and the topics are Unix system structure and layered approach. So first I'm going to discuss about Unix system structure. So before speaking about Unix system structure, we'll discuss what is Unix. As we all know that Unix, it is limited by the hardware functionality. The original Unix operating system had limited structuring. We all know that, right? And the Unix operating system consists of two separable parts. So first one is system programs and second one is a kernel. The system programs, they are nothing but they are nothing but the user interface. The system programs are provided to define the user interface. So here I think you can see the users. The users, it is nothing but the system programs. So I think here you can see the users. So these are the we can define the users as the system programs. And next is the kernel. The kernel consists of everything below the system call interface and above the physical hardware. So these are the user part, this is the user part, and remaining everything it is of the kernel part, that is of system call interface. So here, so from this system call interface to the kernel, so everything belongs to this kernel part. So and coming to the like coming to this diagram, there are different components as you can see in the diagram. Like you can see the file system, CPU scheduling, memory management, and other operating system functions. They all together are layered in the design, in the kernel design. Okay, so here in the Unix system structure, the functionality of operating system is invoked with simple function calls within the kernel, which is one large program. So means all the like shells, commands, compilers, interpreters, everything. First the user will be interacting. So first here user will be interacting or will be just logging to the application and the commands will be executed, and then that will be that calls the commands will calls the system call interface to the kernel, and from here the kernel will be doing its part. In kernel again it will interface with the hardware. So the different hardwares are like terminal controllers, like device controllers, disks and tapes, memory controllers, physical memories, and so on. Okay, so here what happens, and device drivers are also they are loaded into the running kernel, and all they also become a part of the kernel. And the main like functionality is to like there are different functionalities within this kernel. They are to be combined into one level. And one more thing is, and this is a monolithic structure which is difficult to implement and maintain. So if you see this, there are different functionalities. Not only these functionalities like signals, terminals, signal terminal handling, character input output system, terminal device drivers, file systems, swapping block input output systems, disks and tape drivers, CPU scheduling, page replacement, demand paging, virtual memory. So these all things they are like combined into one level. So this is called as monolithic structure. Everything has been combined into one level. So this is a little bit difficult to implement and maintain. So else, this is the good structure, but based on this like monolithic structure, it is disadvantage. The monolithic structure is the disadvantage for this Unix system structure. So there with the new structure or approach we're going to discuss about, that is layered approach. So here comes the layered approach. So what is layered approach? So the name, by the name itself indicates like layered. Here what happens, the whole operating system, it is separated or divided into different layers as shown in the diagram. So I think you can see the different layers. So this is layer 1, 2, go on. So actually it starts from internal. Okay, so this is next, it will be 1 and this will be the 0th layer. So from 0, 1 go on, so up to n layers. Up n layers are there. So each layer here each layer, it will be having its own specific function to perform. It will be having its own tasks to perform, and there are some rules in implementation of these layers also. So the rules are very simple. Like here, the outermost layer must be the user friendly interface. So we can see this layer n. So this is called as the outermost layer, and it will be user friendly, and it is the user friendly interface. And next, the innermost layer, it must be the hardware layer. So the innermost layer is like in the diagram, the layer 0 is the innermost layer. So this is the innermost layer, and this will be the hardware layer. And third is the particular layer can access all the layers present below it, but it cannot access the layers present above it. Simple, like the layers, layers can access below the layers, but they cannot access the above the layers. So that is, you can tell like n minus 1, like layer n minus 1 can access all the layers from n minus 2 to 0. I think now it is clear to you all, but it cannot access the nth layer. I hope you all understood. Therefore, if the user layer wants to interact with the hardware layer, the response will be traveled through all the layers from n minus 1 to 1. And here each layer, it must be designed and implemented in such a way that it will need only the services provided by the layers below it. So this is about the layered approach. So, and next we are going to discuss the different approaches or different structures like microkernels and modules in the next video. I hope you all understood, and thank you.